Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, we begin with breaking news. Death of 49-year-old Nashua man ruled homicide, authorities say. The death of a Nashua man shot over the weekend has been ruled a homicide, according to the New Hampshire Attorney General's office and Nashua Police. Police responded about midnight Sunday morning to Buck Street home, where officers discovered the body of David Smith, 49. Smith died of a single gunshot wound, authorities said. An active investigation is underway. Authorities stressed Sunday that they don't believe there is a threat of harm to the general public. Anyone with information about the homicide or who interacted with Smith on Saturday is asked to contact Lieutenant Craig Allred at 603-594-3500. Anonymous tips can be made at 603-589-1665. Suspect in East Boston blast arranged in hospital bed. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Escape completely in South County, Rhode Island. Relax on 20 public beaches. Perfect your golf swings. Savor coastal cuisine or hike miles of nature preserves. Request a free Southern Rhode Island vacation guide. 800-548-4662 or southcountyri.com.
Erica, 28-year-old Thomas McCullough, the suspect here, lived on the second floor of this building behind me. As we zoom in, you can see that second floor window still boarded up. He remains in the hospital this afternoon. This happened early Sunday morning. Neighbors who live on the third and fourth floor of that building say they felt the floors shake and outside saw shattered glass. We now know it was the result of an explosion. McCullough originally telling police that his computer exploded. Police say the suspect was working with explosive materials when, well, they blew up. After a safety sweep revealed suspicious materials, they got a warrant. At that time, they went inside and found homemade explosives, including PVC tubing and chemical compounds. Police say they also found handguns as well as dozens of rounds of ammunition. He is facing several charges this afternoon, including unlawful possession of explosives. He'll be arraigned from his hospital bed at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll bring you those details when we have them. We are live in East Boston. Nicole Estefan, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Maine House upholds LePage veto of Medicaid expansion. The Maine House voted 85 to 58 Monday to sustain Republican Governor Paul LePage's veto of a bill that would have provided funding to expand Medicaid in Maine. The bill provided $55 million of funding to extend Medicare coverage to 70,000 low-income adults. Maine voters approved Medicaid expansion in a statewide referendum in 2016. Mainers for Health Care, which has supported Medicaid expansion criticized legislators who voted to uphold LePage's veto. Also on Monday, legislators voted 79 to 61 to uphold a LePage veto of a bill banning therapy aimed at changing a person's sexual orientation or gender identity. The bill would have defined so-called conversion therapy as an treatment to change an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity. The bill would have excluded treatment providing acceptance and support. Democratic Rep. Ryan said lawmakers are passing similar bills in Maryland and New Hampshire. Advocacy group Equality Maine tweeted they could bring the issue to voters. LePage and some Christian leaders have said the bill could infringe on personal and religious liberty. LePage said there's no evidence of conversion therapy in Maine and chested lawmakers for not passing strict punishments against female genital cutting. However, both the House and Senate voted Monday afternoon to override LePage's veto of a $41.6 million supplement budget. The House vote was 139 to 4, while the Senate vote was 32 to 1. The budget included money to create a laid program to help homeowners eliminate lead print from their properties. The legislature's special session continues Monday at an extended cost for taxpayers of roughly $40,000 per day. LePage has vetoed about 3 dozen bills. He has chested lawmakers for trying to spend all of Maine's $441 million supplier funds. The governor also wants lawmakers to slow down future voter-approved increases to the state's minimum wage, such as conservative efforts have failed this year. But LePage's proposal has become a bargaining chip. Lawmakers are holding a widely supported tax code reform legislation and bond package. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Monday evening. And here's a look how your U.S. stock market closed for this evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. NASDAQ closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. CNBC IQ 100 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in the green and went up. Oil closed in the green and went up. US 10-year closed in the green and went up. Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the red and went down. Dow rallies more than 300 points as banks posted best day since late March. Stocks closed sharply higher on Monday as bank shares rose, while concerns over a trade war between the U.S. and key partners disputed for the moment. 8 boys rescued from cave in Thailand as operations resume for second day. Dive teams in Thailand rescued 4 more boys from a flooded jungle cave Monday and were confident they will be able to save the remaining 4 boys and their adult soccer coach still trapped in the cave. Trump narrows Supreme Court nominee to 4 names ahead of today's announcement. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
Better than brushing alone, with 6 benefits in one, from cavity prevention to strengthening teeth. So instead of protection like this, you get protection like this. Listerine Total Care. Bring out the bold.
We're going to turn now to President Trump and his Supreme Court pick. Just hours from now, the president will announce his nominee in prime time. He says he's now down to 4 candidates that you're seeing there. Tweeting apart, an exceptional person will be chosen. Terry Moran, who covers the Supreme Court for us, has the very latest. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Robin. It is the big day. President Trump's pick, if confirmed, will likely change this court and our country for a generation on issues from abortion to environmental law, from affirmative action to the role of religion in public life, and so many others we can't even imagine. So the final 4, all conservative federal appeals court judges. Brett Kavanaugh, he's 53 years old, a Washingtonian. He has long been considered the conservative superstar. He worked for Ken Starr on the Bill Clinton-Monica Lewinsky investigation. Amy Coney Barrett, she is the newbie among the group, 46 years old. She's been on the court for less than a year, a favorite among social conservatives. She's a professor of law, has been a professor of law at Notre Dame. There is Raymond Kethledge, 51 years old, a Michigander. He's a fishing buddy of Neil Gorsuch, and last year, when he was interviewed for the spot that Gorsuch got, he was asked, if not you, who should the president nominate? He said, nominate Neil Gorsuch. So maybe it's his turn now. And Thomas Hardiman, he's 53 years old. He is a judge in Pennsylvania. He has been a judge a long time, district and appeals court, and he has a strong advocate in the president's sister, Judge Marianne Trump Berry, who is his colleague in Pennsylvania. Robin?
And Terry, as you know, Democrats will likely push back on anyone that the president nominates or puts into consideration. So it's going to be a long haul for them, though. It's going to be very difficult for them to stop it.
It's going to be tough, Robin. You're absolutely right. So Republicans have 51 senators. They got the majority in the Senate, but with John McCain getting cancer treatment, they're down to 50, and they'll need to hold on to those. Democrats will have to hold on to all of their votes. That's going to be tough. They lost several when Gorsuch was nominated. So they're targeting 2 Republican moderate women, Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, and the key issue there is abortion. More than 2 generations of American women and men have now lived with the constitutional right to abortion. If the battle's on that ground, Democrats might have a chance. Robin?
We'll see, Terry. Thank you. And George will have live coverage of the president's announcement at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC.
We'll see if the president can keep the suspense going until then.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that did it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Monday evening, and I'll be back with another newscast tomorrow. And I'll have a news report coming up later on this evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.